Okay, so cigar fans out there, let's dive into something really special today.
Sounds good to me.
Sumatra cigars.
Yeah?
We're going deep on this one.
Good
This is
man.
not your typical Cuban or Connecticut Shade.
Right.
This is a wrapper that's often considered a well-kept secret.
Yeah.
In the cigar world, a hidden gem
It really is.
with a devoted following.
For sure, for sure.
And we've got some great stuff to dig into today.
Yeah.
Expert articles,
Mm-hmm.
passionate reviews from other cigar lovers,
Oh, nice.
even a peek into how one brand, Adventura Cigars,
Okay.
has built a whole narrative around this unique tobacco.
Yeah, what's fascinating about Sumatra is that it doesn't scream like this is a beginner's cigar, you know?
Right.
But once you unlock its nuances, it can become like a real favorite.
Yeah.
So we're going beyond the basics today, for sure.
I love that we've got a brand story in the mix.
Yeah.
But before we get ahead of ourselves, let me ask you,
Yeah.
have you ever tried a Sumatra cigar?
I have. Yeah.
What comes to mind?
I
Do you picture a dark, oily wrapper?
It's funny you should say that,
Yeah.
too. I picture kind of that leathery, almost like a dark chocolate bar look,
Yes.
you know?
But you almost taste those earthy, spicy notes.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get that, like, right away, just looking at it.
Let's rewind the clock first.
Okay.
Sumatra, sometimes called black tobacco, originates from Indonesia,
Mm-hmm.
and its rise is closely linked to the Dutch East India Company.
Exactly.
Bravo.
Those shrewd traders were among the first to recognize Sumatra's potential and to kind of bring it to the wider audience.
Yeah.
But here's where it gets really interesting. Okay.
Sumatra isn't a one-size-fits-all wrapper.
Right.
It's incredibly versatile.
Interesting.
Think about it. This one type of tobacco leaf
Mhm.
can produce cigars with a spectrum of strengths
Wow.
and flavor profiles.
That's what always throws me off. It's
Yeah.
like Sumatra has a split personality.
Yeah.
I've had some that are smooth and mellow, almost sweet,
Right.
and others that are bold and peppery.
It's true.
What gives
It all
its-
boils down to the priming,
Okay.
where the leaf is positioned on the plant.
Okay.
The higher primings, those exposed to the most sunlight,
Mm.
pack a real punch,
Yeah.
giving you that peppery spice and a fuller body.
Okay.
The middle primings are a bit more restrained, delivering a smoother, medium-bodied experience.
So when a master blender gets their hands on Sumatra,
They're not just working with one flavor profile.
right?
They're essentially choosing from a whole library of them.
Yeah, it's really cool how like the different primings can create such completely different experiences.
Okay. Before we get to specific blends,
Yeah.
there's one more thing I have to ask about.
Okay.
One of the articles mentioned Ecuador
Uh-huh.
as a powerhouse
Yep.
for top-tier Sumatra tobacco.
That's right.
Threw me for a loop.
Yeah.
What's the deal with that?
It's true. While Sumatra hails from Indonesia,
Yeah.
Ecuadorian Sumatra has really taken the cigar world by storm.
Wow.
It's all about the terroir, that magical combination of soil, climate, and tradition.
Right.
Ecuador, with its volcanic soil and unique cloud cover,
Interesting.
creates an ideal environment for growing exceptional Sumatra tobacco.
And it's not just hype.
No.
We have cigar experts like Jose Blanco raving about Ecuadorian Sumatra, saying it delivers a ton of flavor and aroma.
Absolutely.
One particular crop was even described as good as it gets.
Wow.
High praise.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, I'm hooked.
All right.
Walk me through those tasting notes one more time.
Okay.
What should I expect when I light up a Sumatra?
You got it.
Paint me a picture.
Imagine this. You take that first draw,
Mm-hmm.
and you're greeted by this rich, earthy aroma,
Okay.
like stepping into a forest after the rain.
I like it.
Then as you savor the smoke,
Yeah.
hints of warm cinnamon,
Mm-hmm.
and maybe even a touch of cocoa dance on your palate. And if you pay close attention,
Yeah.
you might even detect subtle floral notes, almost like jasmine or honeysuckle, weaving in and out of the earthiness.
That's a sensory experience and a half.
Yeah.
I can see why people become devoted to this wrapper.
And we're just scratching the surface.
Really?
What makes Sumatra truly remarkable is how those base flavors
Okay.
interact with the other tobaccos in a blend.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
like a master class in flavor pairing.
So we've covered the origins and like the unique characteristics of Sumatra tobacco.
Yeah.
But I'm curious, how do those characteristics actually translate
Yeah.
into specific blends?
That's where like the artistry of blending comes in, you know?
Right.
Think of it this way.
Okay.
A master blender approaches Sumatra tobacco
Okay.
like a painter approaches like a new pigment.
Okay.
It has so much potential.
Right.
And the blender gets to decide
Yeah.
how to bring it to life.
Yeah.
You know?
It's almost like composing music.
Yes.
You've got your bass notes,
Yeah.
the earthy, spicy foundation of the Sumatra,
Exactly.
and then you layer in complementary flavors
Yep.
through the fillers and binders.
That's it.
Do our sources offer any examples
They do.
of how this plays out
Yeah,
in popular blends?
absolutely. We actually highlighted 3 cigars
Okay.
that popped up in multiple reviews.
Oh, cool.
Almost like a Sumatra starter pack.
Oh, I love a good starter pack.
Yeah.
Hit me with your top recommendations.
First up, we have the Ashton VSG.
Okay.
This is often considered the gold standard
Ooh.
of Sumatra cigars, a benchmark against which others are measured.
So the VSG is like the classic go-to option
I think so.
for experiencing Sumatra at its finest.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Next, we have the Oliva Siri V Milanio.
I've heard good things about the Siri V line.
Oh, yeah.
What role does the Sumatra play in its overall profile?
This cigar's a powerhouse, consistently earning top ratings and awards.
Wow.
The Sumatra wrapper brings a certain elegance and nuance to the
Uh-huh.
blend's inherently robust character.
Interesting.
Yeah.
It's fascinating how the same wrapper can create such distinct experiences.
I know, right?
What's our final contender?
Last but certainly not least, we have the San Cristobal Revelation.
Okay.
This one's intriguing because the name itself
Yeah.
speaks to the experience.
Because it's like a revelation to your
Yeah.
senses.
Exactly. Let's see what they did there. The tasting notes, leather cedar, and those alluring spices,
Yeah.
paint such a vivid sensory picture.
Right.
It makes you realize how much depth and complexity a
Mhm.
Sumatra wrapper can bring to the table.
Wow.
But you know what surprised me is that Sumatra's influence
What's that?
goes beyond just the cigar world.
Really?
It's even had a few star turns in literature and film,
Now that's a plot twist.
right?
I wasn't expecting Sumatra cigars in Hollywood.
Yeah.
Spill the tea.
Well, picture this Ernest Hemingway,
Okay.
the epitome of cool.
Yeah.
Sitting at a cafe in Paris, a glass of something strong in hand.
I love it.
And what's he puffing on?
Let me guess a Sumatra.
A Sumatra cigar, of course.
Of course.
It's too perfect.
It's like something straight out of The Sun Also Rises.
Maybe.
Is that where you got that from?
Perhaps.
Okay.
And if Hemingway's seal of approval isn't enough,
Yeah.
consider this even Humphrey Bogart, the ultimate cinematic tough guy,
Okay.
with an air of sophistication,
Right.
was known to favor Sumatra cigars.
Wow.
You can even spot him enjoying one in the film Sabrina.
Wow. Talk about adding a touch of old Hollywood glamour
Right?
to the Sumatra legacy.
I know.
You're making me want to track down those movies
Yeah.
just for the cigar smoking scenes.
Do it.
But speaking of legacy, one brand that's really woven Sumatra
Yeah.
into its identity is Adventura Cigars.
Absolutely.
Their whole brand story revolves around the discovery
It's great.
of this unique tobacco.
I love it.
It's really smart.
It is.
Okay, before we break down their strategy,
Yeah.
give me the rundown.
You got it.
What's the Adventura Cigars origin story?
Imagine the year is 1490.
Okay.
2 explorers, ADV and McKay, are on a voyage searching for new lands and hidden treasures.
Sounds promising already.
Right.
I'm getting serious Indiana Jones vibes.
Their ship is caught in a fierce storm,
Oh no.
and they find themselves stranded
Uh-oh.
on a mysterious, uncharted island,
What happens?
Quisqueya.
Quisqueya.
As they explore their surroundings,
Okay.
they encounter the native inhabitants
Okay.
and discover something extraordinary.
Don't tell me they stumble upon fields of tobacco,
You got it.
unlike anything they've ever seen before.
The natives are gathered around sharing stories
Yeah.
and enjoying these richly aromatic cigars.
Oh, wow.
ADV and McKay, being adventurous sorts,
Yeah.
are immediately intrigued. They have to try it for themselves.
Well, I bet they did. And what's the verdict?
The moment they light up those cigars,
Yeah.
they're blown away. The flavors are unlike anything they've ever experienced.
Wow.
Earthy, a touch sweet with these wonderful layers of spice and complexity.
Amazing.
It's a revelation.
Right.
And they realize they've stumbled upon something truly special.
And that, my friends, is how Adventura Cigars was born,
That's the story.
according to their marketing at least.
Right.
But even if it's a fabrication, you have to admit, it's a great story.
It's a great story.
It really is.
It speaks to that sense of adventure and discovery
Yeah.
that's so deeply ingrained in the human spirit.
And they've cleverly connected those desires
Right.
to the act of smoking a Sumatra cigar.
Exactly. It's not just about the cigar itself.
Yeah.
It's about buying into the story, the mystique.
Right.
And it worked.
I love how Adventura Cigars has woven this whole narrative of exploration and discovery around Sumatra tobacco.
Yeah,
It really speaks to the allure of this unique wrapper.
for sure.
But I'm also curious about the bigger picture. Like,
Yeah.
what does the future hold for Sumatra?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it?
Right.
The future of Sumatra is kind of like
Okay.
a swirling cloud of cigar smoke, you know?
Ooh, cryptic.
It's a mix of intriguing possibilities
Yeah.
and potential challenges.
Bring it down for me.
Okay.
What makes you say that?
Well, on the one hand,
Mhm.
we're seeing a growing appreciation
Okay.
for more niche tobacco varieties like Sumatra.
Hey.
Cigar enthusiasts are becoming increasingly discerning,
Yeah.
eager to move beyond the usual suspects
Okay.
and explore more complex flavor profiles.
It's like that if you know mentality.
Exactly.
Sumatra has that exclusive feel to it.
It does,
When you say?
for sure.
Wow.
And that bodes well for its future.
Okay.
Plus, master blenders
Right.
are getting even more creative,
Oh, good.
experimenting with new ways to showcase Sumatra's unique qualities
Nice.
in their blends.
So we can expect to see some exciting innovations
Definitely.
in the Sumatra cigar world.
Yeah, there's a real sense of exploration
That's cool.
and experimentation happening right now.
Yeah.
But it's not all smooth sailing.
Oh,
There are some potential headwinds as well.
like what?
One challenge is the limited supply of
Sounds-
high-quality Indonesian Sumatra.
Right.
The demand is definitely there,
Yeah.
but the supply hasn't necessarily kept pace.
That makes sense. We talked about Ecuador emerging as a major
Yeah.
player
Yeah,
in Sumatra cultivation.
right.
Could that help alleviate the supply issue?
It's possible
Okay.
if Ecuadorian growers can maintain those high standards
Right.
and produce consistently exceptional Sumatra,
Yeah.
it could certainly help bridge the gap.
That's reassuring.
Yeah.
What other challenges are on the horizon?
Well, we can't ignore the elephant in the room.
Climate change.
Climate change, exactly. It's
Yeah.
affecting agriculture worldwide.
Right.
And tobacco is no exception.
Of course.
Shifting weather patterns,
Yeah.
unpredictable rainfall,
Right.
rising temperatures can all impact
Wow.
the delicate balance required to grow exceptional tobacco.
It's a sobering thought. We're so used to having access to these incredible cigars.
Yeah.
But we sometimes forget about the fragility of the entire ecosystem
Yeah,
that goes into producing them.
I agree.
Okay.
But there is some good news on that front as well.
Okay.
The industry is becoming increasingly aware
Okay.
of the need for sustainability.
Okay.
There's a growing movement towards more environmentally friendly farming practices,
Excellent.
responsible water management,
Okay.
and even carbon offsetting.
That's encouraging to hear.
Yeah.
So it sounds like the future of Sumatra hinges on a few key factors:
Mm-hmm.
maintaining quality,
Yes.
addressing supply constraints,
Yep.
and prioritizing sustainability.
Absolutely.
It's a
that's
lot.
all. It is. But, amidst all these discussions of supply and demand and environmental concerns, it's important to remember why we're even having this conversation.
You're right. At the end of the day, it's all about
Yeah,
the enjoyment of a great cigar.
exactly.
Yeah.
It's about those moments of relaxation,
Mm-hmm.
contemplation, maybe even celebration
Yeah.
that are enhanced by the ritual
Right.
of smoking a fine cigar.
And Sumatra, with its unique flavor profile,
Yeah.
its versatility,
Right.
and its air of sophistication,
We're sure.
offers a truly special experience.
I couldn't agree more.
Well, on that note of sensory delight
Right.
and appreciation for a well-crafted cigar,
Absolutely.
I think it's time to wrap up our deep dive
It's been a pleasure.
into the world of Sumatra.
It really has.
The pleasure was all mine.
Likewise.
And to our listeners, we hope this deep dive has inspired you
I hope so.
to seek out a Sumatra cigar and experience its unique allure for yourself.
Absolutely.
Remember, the world of cigars is all about exploration,
Yes,
discovery.
it is.
So embrace your inner adventurer. Try
Mhm.
something new.
Do it.
And who knows? You might just find your next favorite smoke
I think you will.
hidden beneath a Sumatra wrapper. Until next time, happy smoking.
Cheers.